A lot of guys are scared to flirt at gym or at work because they don't want to shit where they eat. They don't want to ruin their reputation. But that's not the problem. The real issue is that they don't know how to do it properly, because there's a right way and a wrong way to do it. Today I'll show you how to attract women in familiar environments without being creepy, thirsty, or ruining your reputation. And at the end, I'll show a controversial take that goes completely what I've just said, but it still matters. First, I want to discuss a little bit about the mindset shift around the idea of approach in familiar environments, because when you do this properly, you can actually benefit massively, because it will be easier for you to approach in an environment you frequent than going to a random girl on the street. And that's because of a single element called status. There's a lot to be said about how to dominate an environment, which I'll probably cover in a future video. But the basic thing is you need to be seen as the social guy. You need to be seen as the guy who talks with everyone, not just girls, with everyone. I will dive a little bit into how I became the most popular guy into my gym, one of the most popular gyms in my city. And at first, when I went there and I signed for a gym membership, I think I had 20 years old or something. I didn't know anything about the gym, about the technique, about the proper way to do it, about nutrition, about anything. I just signed up there, I didn't know anyone, but in 2-3 months, I was the most popular guy in that gym. I knew everyone, from the girls at the reception, from the personal trainers, from all the males at the gym, and also all the females knew me, at least on a friendly level. I was cracking jokes with the cool dudes. I was basically the most popular guy and everyone knew me at the gym. I didn't approach women straight away, I didn't ask them out, and that's the first mindset shift you need to have around this idea that you can interact with girls in these environments without ruining your reputation, but only if you do this properly. And imagine if a new girl comes in this environment where you're the most popular guy, where you're cracking jokes with other dudes, and she sees you with other girls, that's a massive social proof. Actually, right now I remember a mistake I did at the gym when a girl popped into my gym. I was the most popular guy there. And I asked her if we can work together. She was a little bit skeptical at first, but after that she agreed. And right after we finished that workout, I went for her phone number straight away. And she said she doesn't give her phone number away like that. And after that, I didn't even acknowledge her when I saw her the next time in the gym, and the whole situation got awkward and it created a weird dynamic. And that's shitting where you eat, and you must avoid doing this. There are different phases of building connection in familiar environments. At first, you're strangers. After that, you're acquaintances, and she needs to see you, you're cool, you're safe, you're that guy. And after that, you can go to friendship or potential man-to-woman dynamic if she shows a little bit of interest or you had enough back and forth conversations. Another very powerful trick to create this kind of dynamic and to dominate the environment is to have in your phone notes app a note for every place you frequent, where you put the name of the people, a little details about them, like the age, maybe. I'll give an example. John, 29 years old, aircraft pilot, tries to bulk up. And next time when you see John, you ask him, "Hey John, how's it going? How's that bulk coming along?" And now John will be impressed because you remember that small detail about him that maybe almost no one cares about. And that's how we do it with every person in that environment. I remember right now that I had a client who couldn't even remember the names of the persons he meets, and I gave him 2 simple tricks. One, if you don't remember the name of a person, you can say it back to them. Oh, so his name is John. Nice to meet you, John. And that way it will be easier for you to remember. And the second trick, a little bit controversial, is to try to imagine a little bubble above their head with their name on it. I know it's kind of weird, but it works for some people. And by the way, if you need help finding your dream woman, be more confident, or dominate any environment, click the link in the description, book a call, and I'll talk about your situation. Now let's go to the actual technique. First, you need to have a decent physique. You need to get lean, or at least on your way getting lean. Second, you need to dress the part. Don't look like a potato sack, because the way you dress in an environment, it matters a lot. You need to go to the high-end gyms, the busy spots where your type of girl frequent. Don't go to the bodybuilder's gym. I made that mistake. Trust me, it's not worth it. You need to go to the places where you pay more, but you will meet higher quality people, you'll make better friends, you'll see hotter girls. So you need to go there. Another thing that should be obvious, don't approach her in the middle of the set. When you first see her, a little hey, or hey, what's up, it's enough, and walk away. You don't need more than this. A client asked me once, what if she has her headphones on? That's not a problem. You just go in front of her or slightly a 45 degrees angle, don't approach from behind, and you make a small sign like this. If she has AirPods, you can do like this and just wait for her to get her headphones off, and then you can talk. So not a big deal. But don't overly display interest from the start, because all the guys are doing it. But not you, because you're watching this video. Next time when you see her, you smile, you say hey or hey, what's up? You can ask her how many series that she has at that machine. You can propose to work together, and that's it. I mean, do not overly display interest, because a lot of guys are doing it. She knows she's attractive. You don't need to do this. You need to play it slow, because you know she will come again into that environment. It's not like in the club or on the street when you know if you don't approach her, you're not gonna see her again. You need to play it slow, and you need to chill out, because you're not gonna wanna be seen as the pickup guy in that environment. Next time when you see her, you can chat a little bit with her, go a little bit back and forth, but she's not yet ready for the date. A lot of guys think when she's showing a little bit of interest, that's your sign to go all in, and that's a massive mistake. You need to play it slow. You can ask for her name in a by the way manner, like what's your name by the way? Because a little trick, by the way, softens the questions if you add by the way, and it makes it seem more casual. A little bit of back and forth and end it right there. No, no way, that's too slow, Cosmin. No, it isn't. You need to play it slow to build up the vibe a little bit. That's how you need to play it. It's a slow play, but I don't mean months, because some of you guys are baby stepping it 2 to 3 months away. No, you just need 2, 3, 4 back and forth interaction. And after that, you can talk a little bit about your plans. You can ask her about her plans during the weekend. And then you can say something like casual, like, I'm doing this or I'm doing that, and you should join in sometime. It doesn't need to be a high pressure situation. If you want to play it extra safe, you can invite her to do a workout together. You can say, we should do a workout sometimes. You should join in. Let's see if you can keep up. Add a little teasing, a little challenge, and don't make it a big deal. You just invite her and see what is her reaction. If she's not that enthusiastic, you will see it. She will say, yeah, I know, maybe, sometime. And you don't need to press on her from there. You don't need to make it awkward. You can avoid that rejection preemptively. If she's enthusiastic about it, that's really to an Instagram, to a phone number, and from there you can invite her to a coffee, to a protein shake after the workout, whatever. And that's how you dominate an environment. And now I want to talk about a slightly controversial take, the opposite of this thing. Because so many guys I know, they don't want to be seen as that guy, the pickup guy in the environment. In these environments, if there is only 1 or 2 girls, you can go for it, man. I mean, if you get rejected by 1 or 2 girls there, do you think everyone notices and there's gonna be a poster in the gym with your face on it? Nobody really cares, man. The bad way to do this is to constantly go to the girls in that environment and constantly get blown up and keep going and develop that reputation of the pickup guy. Do you think that going to 1 or 2 girls in that environment and getting rejected will change something? No, no one cares. Plus, every environment evolves. Every environment will change. The people from there will change. You're gonna only see these people for the next 6 to 12 months. You're not gonna be there forever. So going to 1 or 2 girls will not affect your reputation. The truth is, I don't even remember exactly the girl who rejected me back then, or her face, or her name. So it's not a big deal. And if you need personalized help finding your dream woman, being more confident, or dominate every environment, click the link in the description, book a call, see you on the next one. Bye.